BFree CBD.com joins forces with Championship Wrestling to bring you the all-new Championship Wrestling podcast. And here's your host, Dustin Starr, featuring special guest,
BFree CBD,
founder of BFree CBD, Daryl Bird. Here we go!
Body aches gone, leg pain gone, back pain gone, relaxation on.
Hello again, everybody, and welcome to episode 20 of the all-new Championship Wrestling podcast presented by BFree CBD. Happy Monday, and thank you for joining me wherever you are. I am Dustin Starr, and today I'm excited to be talking to the one and only Halston Boddy, fashion icon of Championship Wrestling, presented by Pro Shingle. But first, a big shout out. BFree CBD is perfect for aches and pains, or if you're struggling with anxiety, especially right now, check out BFreeCBD.com for their oils, bath bombs, and even flower and brand new gummies. And follow them at the letter B, Free CBD on social media. And while you're there, go ahead and follow at CW30 Wrestling. And of course, I'm at Dustin Starr. My guest is up first. But here's a quick rundown of what's coming up today on the Championship Wrestling podcast. I'm going to recap Saturday's Championship Wrestling presented by Pro Shingle, where our wrestlers laid it all on the line, just like I did when I let my Maria cut my hair. We'll talk more about that. Then we're going to look ahead at what's coming up this week. And of course, I'm going to answer all of your questions in the mailbag. And a lot of these questions and comments are concerning my new haircut. Up next, you see him weekly on Championship Wrestling presented by Pro Shingle, side by side with Killer Bay Heather Monroe. And I can't wait to ask him about being thrown into that dumpster. Halston Boddy is up next.
The all-new Championship Wrestling podcast is presented by BFree CBD.
And new. So is that your favorite thing to say when it comes to being a ring announcer? It's got to be, right?
It's definitely up there. I was just thinking about that the other day, and the most excited I get, I feel like, is when the audience gets the biggest reaction.
BFreeCBD.com joins forces with Championship Wrestling to help you be and feel your best.
Halston Boddy, man, welcome to the Championship Wrestling podcast.
Darling, it is always good to be heard, but it is so much better to be seen.
I totally understand. Be sure to follow Halston on all forms of social media at Halston Boddy. I have been waiting a long time to ask you this, Halston. First and foremost, man, who is your stylist?
That is a secret.
I love it.
Listen, the secret is, if you really want to dish, the secret is me. I'm the stylist. It's my vision.
But hey, man, I got a little bit of style myself, you know.
Listen, the Halston Boddy rule book says, if you're going to be in the spotlight, give them something to look at, darling.
Last week, we had one of your buddies, Adnan Qureshi, on, and he said that he was in the class where you guys all trained together and all that stuff. So, man, the fans and I, we want to know, how did you become Halston Boddy?
That is a journey and that is an adventure that I need to write in a book, because there is no simple 2-minute answer I can give you that. I will definitely tell you that it is a myriad of life experiences and just tasting the world and getting to this point of just being, this larger than life and living larger than life human being that I am today.
And in the world of sports entertainment, you can kind of be whatever character you want. You can wear what you want. You can name yourself what you want. You have total creative control.
Part of that, yes. I kind of look at it this way. When somebody gives you a blank canvas and a box of crayons, why limit yourself to just one or two? Use the entire box. And if you really look at me, I'm using other people's boxes as well. I'm using it all.
I absolutely love it. We are talking to Halston Boddy here. We can't talk to you without talking about Heather Monroe, the Killer Bae.
My
Now,
darling, I love her.
We've got to call you out on this. You've been helping her a lot at these matches lately.
How dare you, first of all. And when you say the word help, do you mean have a clear view as to how to accomplish wins? Is that what you mean? Because I'm pretty sure that's what you mean.
There's been a couple of assists. I mean, you guys are definitely a combo that is on the show each and every Saturday. That's for sure.
Listen, when it comes down to it, Michael Jordan needed a Scottie Pippen. Kobe Bryant needed a Shaq. Let's be honest. If we're gonna, I mean, I know you're a basketball fan, so I had to speak in your terms, but you gotta be there for the assist every once in a while because it's not a one-man show or one-woman show in Heather's case.
I totally understand. Now, we've been watching you here in Memphis, Tennessee for about 13 months, so a little bit over a year. We've seen you guys, take on every single person, every single female in the women's division. How long have you guys actually been together and working together, you and Heather?
Officially on record, we've known each other for a little over 2 years, but we've been working together side by side for just about as long, actually.
And you guys have had a best of 7 series here recently with Lacey Ryan, and things were kind of going your way at first, but now it's kind of the tables have turned a little bit. And the last match that we saw was Falls Count Anywhere, and it was absolutely outrageous. And not only was there a bottle fight, but Halston, do you remember where you ended up during that match?
Yes, once again, how dare you? And secondly,
I'm sorry.
Yes, I remember. And, at the end of the day, I mean, if I got to take one for the team and end up in the dumpster, I got to do it. But at the end of the day, Lacey Ryan is 1,000% going to pay for it because I will forgive Lacey Ryan for what she did to me, but I will not forget. Keep that in mind. And if she's listening, she better keep it in mind. I hope she knows how to sleep with one eye open. That's what I'm saying.
Take us behind the curtain a little bit, man. What were you feeling like when this came about and you were taking the big dive in there? And now let's keep in mind too, like realistically, let's keep in mind that at this time, shortly after the COVID-19 happened. And so the timing of this thing was a little weird in the sense that it was like, oh my God, because everybody was worried about sanitization, and here you go flying into a dumpster.
If you really know Halston Boddy, I've been around the block a few times. I've had my scrapes. I've had my run-ins with a little bit of the filth and the foul everyone here and there. So I'm pretty sure I've tasted the world. Again, a little dumpster isn't going to hurt old Halston Boddy. I was more upset that my fashions were being marred. That's really what it was.
We are talking to Halston Boddy. Be sure to follow him on social media at Halston Boddy. That we must have replayed that highlight and various highlights from that match 100 times over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, you can stop. I'm just going to. You can stop showing everybody me getting thrown in the dumps. You can just stop right now. I mean, I think we've seen.
I'm sorry. I'm not trying to rub it in. I'm just saying that's a moment that will live. Never mind. Let me move on. So next week we have another fun video on Saturday where certain superstars within Championship Wrestling participated in a Don't Rush video.
Ah, yes.
Right up your alley because your TikTok is on fire right now, man.
I do love me the tick and the talk. I'm telling you what, I've always kind of went with the social media wherever the river flowed, and there's certain things I didn't glob onto. I mean, Snapchat just never really appealed to me, and other things. But at the end of the day, when I saw TikTok and I saw the fun artistic vision one can have with that, and it kind of felt like, because I don't know about you, Dustin, were you ever on Vine?
Yes, actually.
I miss Vine to this day. It was such a ball, and I've missed it since then. And I kind of feel like TikTok is the Vine kind of on steroids. So I feel like I just needed to be part of that community. And I'm well over 10,000 followers, and I've had over 3 million views of my videos. So we're having a party over on TikTok.
Before we let you go, man, let's wrap up with some plugs. I know you got a whole lot going on, and like TikTok, man, you're killing it there. I know that you did some stuff for charity here recently. If there's anything that you want listeners to know about and how they can keep up with you or how they can help whatever benefit that you're a part of, now's the chance.
Absolutely. Well, recently I just did have a online rummage sale for United Way LA, and as much as anyone wants to put my name in a bad spot, I'm doing good for the world, because I ended up raising $550 for United Way LA in the pandemic relief just by selling off some of my old things. And if anybody wants to follow, I'm relearning how to sew with my machine. So I've been actually starting to craft masks.
I saw that.
Out. Yeah,
nicely done, by the way.
Getting my craft hands back in crafting shape, and then I'm all over the social media, as we all know. HALSTON BODDY.
Absolutely.
And I'm on TikTok and Twitter, all of it. Yeah.
One last thing. You and Heather Monroe were making your way to Memphis, Tennessee before all of this happened with the pandemic and everything. Was there something in particular that you were looking forward to the most? I'm just curious, because everybody has a vision of visiting Memphis. First of all, have you ever been here? And second of all, what's the one thing that you think about when you think of Memphis, or that you want to see when you get here?
I got to say, I have been to Nashville, I have been to Knoxville, but I have never made it to Memphis. So it is the trifecta city visit that I definitely need to see. I mean, my parents, my dad especially, was an Elvis fan. So the idea of getting down there in that area and seeing Graceland and the Elvis sort of memorabilia land is kind of giving me a buzz. But of course, I'm a foodie, so I got to get some of that Memphis barbecue in me. You know that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you so much for joining me here. Halston Boddy, ladies and gentlemen.
The Championship Wrestling Rewind is brought to you by BFree CBD.
Another fun interview in the books. You asked for it, and you got it. Halston Boddy, ladies and gentlemen. So from time to time, I ask you, the listeners and the viewers, who you want to hear from. And one of the most requested was Halston Boddy. Another fun interview in the books. Can't wait till next week. But right now, let's rewind back to Saturday's Championship Wrestling presented by Pro Shingle, which we opened the show, letting you know that today our wrestlers were going to put it all on the line, just like I did when I let my Maria cut my hair. And of course, you all saw the footage, and if you didn't, go to YouTube right now at CW30 Wrestling and watch my Maria cut a big gap out of my hair. In all seriousness, we also had Bateman defending the United Television Championship with Sarah Wolf by his side. He laid it all on the line not only once, but twice. He defended against Royce Isaacs and then was surprised by the return of Scorpio Sky, seeking his record-breaking 5th United Television Championship. Go back and watch that. And of course, the NWA Women's World Championship was on the line as Allison Kay defended against Heather Monroe and Halston Boddy. You know, I should have asked Halston about how Allison Kay threw him around during that match. But I think I got into enough trouble talking about the dumpster. Anyways, the main event was one of my favorite matches in the past 13 months. Mask versus Championship, when Howdy Price puts it all on the line. He risks Rogelio's mask for one last chance at Heritage Championship Gold that was held by Watts. Mask versus title. And then, of course, immediately following that, it was the live reaction on our official YouTube page at CW30 Wrestling. where I answered questions and provided a little bit of insight on Championship Wrestling on YouTube, and then I hopped over to our Facebook page. So thanks for everyone for joining me. I look forward to doing it again next Saturday at high noon.
The Championship Wrestling Lookout is brought to you by BFree CBD.
Oh yeah, be on lookout for all of our friends and partners and small businesses all across the Mid-South reopening. Be sure to support them whenever you can. It looks like we're almost back on the right track. I can't wait to see you guys really soon at Dave & Buster's. But this week, be on lookout for Championship Wrestling and myself on Thursdays. I've been joining Sports 56 Mornings with Peter and CJ talking professional wrestling, so be on lookout for that on Thursday. Also on Thursday from FedEx Forum, it's Grind City Wrestling. You can check it out. We have a brand new Judas Challenge video. It's coming this week. You're going to love it. grindcitymedia.com/podcast is how you listen there. And then, of course, next Saturday, it's a brand new Championship Wrestling presented by Pro Shingle on CW30 Memphis and YouTube premiere at high noon. Check out this lineup. MJF versus Willie Mack. You heard me right. MJF from AEW goes head-to-head with Impact Wrestling's Willie Mack. And then it's Killer Bay Heather Monroe with Halston Boddy, of course, squaring off against Simone Cherie. And if you guys watch Women of Wrestling or WOW, you know exactly who Simone Cherie is. What a matchup that's going to be. And then in the main event, it's the bull rope match. The infamous bull rope match between Royce Isaacs and Bateman. And I don't want to give away the conclusion or anything like that. No spoilers. But I will tell you, this is the bloodiest match that I've seen in a long time. In fact, it's so bloody that we were nervous when we sent the footage to CW30 television station, hoping that they didn't kick it back to us. So be on lookout for that. It's going to be awesome next Saturday. And then, of course, we teased last Saturday about superstars participating in a Don't Rush video.
It's time for this week's Mailbag. Mailbag.
Mailbag, my fave. Let's do it, but this week, mixed in with a lot of hair comments, there's a couple of questions. And remember, you can ask me questions, and usually these come from my Instagram page at Dustin Starr when you post on your story and say, ask me anything. Well, here's what I got. I posted a picture of my hair down. No one ever sees me with my hair down, but when my Maria cut my hair, she had to comb it down. It wasn't styled. So I got all sorts of comments. Love the new haircut. Haha, very funny. BFree CBD says new cut with a question mark. Yeah, I got a new cut. And for those of you who have not seen this, I've got a big gap cut out of the back of my hair, courtesy of my Maria and my at-home haircut. Another question says, what is going on in the picture? I got a haircut. I risked it. I put it all on the line. Trust, love, faith, the whole 9 yards. And that's the haircut I came out with. But thank you so much, babe. My Maria. In all seriousness, the other questions. What's your hair product of your choice? Well, I posted the yellow can. Got to Be Glue. It's the best stuff in the whole entire world. I should be sponsored by Got to Be Glue. Shout out to them. Send me a couple of cases. That'd be cool. Next question. Have you ever witnessed an NBA fight? You know, I don't think the guys fight like they used to. Definitely not. But being at the Grindhouse, at FedEx Forum, with Grizz there, constantly seeing other, fans being powerbombed through tables, or Mick Foley teaming up with Super Grizz to take out a Terminex pest of the game. There's all sorts of fights. Or maybe, diving off the balcony through a table. But as far as basketball players, no, I don't see a whole lot of fighting there. Next question, do you see crowds returning to wrestling this year? Absolutely, in some capacity I do. I think here pretty soon you're going to have some shows that are going to run with 50 or less fans. And I think some of those shows draw 50 or less anyway. I'm kidding. But yes, I do think wrestling will be back in some capacity in the year 2020. I don't think it's going to be like a stadium setting or an arena setting. It's going to be in some smaller capacity, maybe even like a performance center or something like that. And there's always going to be that outlaw independent wrestling show that runs against everybody else's, better judgment. So yeah, definitely we'll see something going on. Next and last question. It's another Grizzlies question. What's your favorite Grizzlies memory? Man, there are so many. Like that time that I was ordained and I married Grizz, and Natch the Bear stole Halle Berry, his soon-to-be wife, from the altar, kissed her, turned into a big fight. Oh man, that was awesome. Actually, that was awesome. I mean, we did it without rehearsals or anything. Also, it was pretty cool being at the Grindhouse on election night. I got to wear my Z-bow tie, and we covered the presidential election, or what we called the Grizz-cision instead of the decision. But there's so many great memories, and then there's also some basketball memories. Who could forget Mike Conley playing with a broken face? Those masks were awesome. Just so many great memories, but most of them do have to do with wrestling because that's where where my heart is. But thank you so much for your questions, and I can't wait to answer them again next week.
Thanks for listening to the Championship Wrestling Podcast presented by BFreeCBD.com.
BFree CBD, pain on, pain gone.
Let's just jam out to this for just a minute. One of my favorite theme songs. I know I said that last week, but it definitely is. Speaking of last week, I was in Boonville, Mississippi last week, recording some stuff for an upcoming episode of Championship Wrestling. You can also be on lookout for that. I just thought about that as we're exiting today. Thank you for joining us. Be sure to check out BFreeCBD.com. They always have daily specials and offers. And if you already take CBD, it only makes sense. Or if you've been thinking about trying it, they have a lot of educational information on BFreeCBD.com. You certainly need to try it. And go ahead and like them on Facebook as well. We're going to catch you again right here next week, where we're going to be with another special guest. Thank you to Halston Boddy for joining me today. Send your requests of who you'd like to hear from on the Championship Wrestling Podcast at CW30 Wrestling. And until next week, I am Dustin Starr saying, so long, everybody.